All right, Idaho MMA fans, this is a moment you've all been waiting for from IdahoMMA.com. I'm here with Doug Alvaro, the owner and operator of IdahoMMA.com and all things Idaho MMA. You know, you go around and you do these videos for the fighters, for us fighters, and you know it's really appreciated, but no one really gets to know the man behind the camera. My first question, Doug, is what got you into Idaho MMA or MMA in general?
Well, Darrell Flores, thank you. You know, I'm flattered that I'm here and not back there. But what got me into it, boy, a long time ago, I think back in 1996, a friend of mine named Jason Camara, he's now with High Desert Harley Davidson, but he and I were selling travel trailers at Lester's Travel Center down in Boise, and it was a slow afternoon, and he asked me if I wanted to watch a tape on Ultimate Fighting, and I thought it was just like a championship wrestling thing. The very first fight that I saw on that tape was Patrick Smith and Scott Morris. It was UFC number 2, and ever since that fight I've been hooked. I've been a fan of mixed martial arts ever since that time.
Well, Doug, you know, I know you've done a lot of things for me over the past couple of years since I was, you know, midway through my amateur career. And even still, you know, after we went our own separate ways, we still remain friends, really good friends, I would say. But you do so much for the Idaho MMA community as far as getting these fighters known, putting these fighters up. Really, you do a lot of the marketing for every fight here in the Treasure Valley, really. With getting nothing in return, what do you expect to gain out of this experience?
You know what? It's my pleasure anytime I go and talk to, you know, an athlete such as a mixed martial arts athlete, because of the dedication that goes into the training and the dieting. You know, I respect that. You know, my whole thing with IdahoMMA.com was to have a place for fans to go to find results and pictures and videos. I'm not a web guy, I'm not a photographer or anything like that, but I often joke that I'm a fan with a camera. So, you know, if I can get the access, I don't have a problem going up to you or a promoter and helping get the word out to the fans in general. And in return, with interviewing the fighters, it's really helped to expose them out there. And if I can make a difference to them, the promoters, and to the fans, then that's all I need out of it. You know, I mean, just doing this video is flattering to me. So.
Well, Doug, I've known you for a while, and I've known that you went through your fair share of battles in your life as far as weight loss goes and dedication goes, and you know, so you know how it feels to get in the gym and work your butt off to achieve you know, a goal that seems at sometimes not attainable or unattainable. So you know how we feel. So what I would like to ask you is, how was that experience? Like, what'd you gain out of that?
Oh, well, you know, well, first of all, you know, Darrell Flores, you know, when BJ Penn, the UFC champion, 2-time champion, or whatever he is, he was talking about jumping out of a swimming pool, and I can remember talking to you about that, and you said that you can do it, and I said, well, I got a swim pool, and you came out to my house, and after a couple of attempts, you jumped out of my swimming pool, and I mean, to me, that is amazing. You know, here's a guy from Caldwell, Idaho, Seatown, and you're 19 or however old you were, 18 maybe, and you're jumping out of a swim pool that there's only a handful of people that can do. You know, that type of athleticism really got my attention real quick, you know, and I think the training aspect of it, especially doing these interviews and getting to know a lot of these athletes and being around sports all my life and working out and all that, there's nothing more satisfying for me to go and watch these guys train, and their, the dedication that goes into being a mixed martial artist, and then going out and competing, putting it all on the line. When you step into the cage, you're on stage, the spotlight's all on you. Sure, you have a team behind you. Sure, it's an individual sport. Your team's backing you, but when you step into the cage, you got to put it all on the line, and I respect that in people. A lot of people can talk about it. A lot of people can, maybe get in fights, but to train the way you guys train, and then to step into the cage, that's pretty impressive to me.
Well, Doug, showing your dedication to the sport, as far as not getting anything out of it, not ever really stepping into the cage, just being a fan, Mr. IdahoMMA.com. We as fighters, we really respect that, and we love that. So I'd like to ask you, as far as Idaho MMA goes, what is your most memorable moment in Idaho MMA history, whether it be actual fights or just a situation that happened to you that changed your perspective on things?
Wow. Boy, there's just so many memories that come up from I think probably the biggest thing is just realizing that there's a lot of great athletes out around the Treasure Valley and the state, and to pull certain things from different fighters. I find out something new all the time that changes. But I think, to get back to your questions, what really changed it for me is back in the day, 5 years ago, whenever you started, you're into your career, 10 fights in, you're undefeated. All your fights were finished fights as an amateur at that point in time, and I was thinking, really, people need to know about what's going on here. And I think that was a turning point about me getting a website. I had a domain name called IdahoMMA.com, and I thought it can't be that hard to put up a website. How hard is it? So I Googled it, piece of cake. So I did it, started putting pictures and videos up and results, and that's how it started. Basically is to showcase, number one, what you were doing at Team No Excuse and the rest of the fighters around the Treasure Valley. That's how it started.
Well, Doug Alvaro, aka Mr. IdahoMMA.com, the fan with the camera, on behalf of myself and the whole Idaho MMA community, we thank you for everything that you've done, all the time that you've put in, the dedication to us that you've shown, the loyalty to Idaho MMA. Doug, we as fighters in the Idaho MMA community, we are actually big Doug Alvaro fans, if you didn't know. I don't know a person in Idaho that you've interviewed, that I've talked to, that doesn't love you to death. So, on behalf of us and the Idaho MMA community, thank you so much. And IdahoMMA.com fans, keep posted. There's going to be results on the February fight coming up, so definitely make it and support your Idaho MMA fighters.
Darrell, at the very end here, I just want to say thanks again. It's flattering. I'm a little bit embarrassed, about everything, but as long as I can go out there and make a difference, to the fans and the fighters and the promoters, that's all that matters, and that's what IdahoMMA.com is all about. So I appreciate the fans who visit the site, and I appreciate all the fighters that put in the work, and the promoters out there that are doing, the best that they can to put on the best cards for the fans. And I can't wait for 2013, and I can't wait for the next coming fight. So thanks again, Darrell.
Yep, thank you, Doug.